Imagine a cold, dark, and lonely place. A place that you dream of leaving, but deep down know the only worst is to come. I know of this place because I lived there. It's not my choice to be here, but at the same time, I guess it's what we deserve. The sad thing about this part of the story is, no one could save me, even if they wanted to. You see, there's a very evil man guarding the path here. So ironically, this freedom we're living doesn't feel so free. I guess this is what they call bondage. What earthly power could possibly break these chains? The more cold and alone I felt, the more you compromised to fill the hole that was forming inside you. Little did we know it was just a deadly spiral. You began to do things you would never have done before. At night, the emptiness would come, and not even music could mute the silence. In desperation, you decided to try one of the most socially unacceptable beliefs, mainstream media's worst enemy. You knew what it would cost, but you didn't care. Anything had to be better than this. You couldn't have been more right. I turned and saw that the evil man had on his face what looked to be fear. He turned and looked at me with an evil stare and walked away. Then I saw another man walking toward me, but this one was different. As he came close enough for me to see his face, I felt peace and love. Then he sat beside me. The fireplace became engulfed in flames, and he handed me a steamy, hot drink. I felt the warmth all through my body, and for the first time in a long time, I felt alive. The future of pain and suffering I felt before suddenly became a future of peace and happiness. You even felt the fire, and it changed you. It was so strong everyone around you felt your radiance. In our eyes, the world was a better place, but not everyone had what we had. Most are still lost. Therefore, even the found will eventually hit rock bottom. I don't have to go into details to describe the events that got you here. You were angry and confused. All you could think of is why he would let this happen. A few weeks passed, and the fire continued to become smaller and smaller. The man began to look sad, and I began to feel a sort of separation. You began feeding your old desires. You stopped praying because you thought nothing was happening. You stopped reading because you thought he was showing you nothing. The fire eventually went out. The good man got up and started walking away. I grabbed his arm, begging him not to leave you. He looked at me with sympathetic eyes, but turned and continued to walk. You became so angry that you were blinded to the reality of what was happening. The light was leaving and darkness was coming. It started becoming dark and cold again. As I tried to make one last attempt, something stopped me. I looked behind me and saw the evil man standing there. I guess he must have realized what you've done. Even though you desperately wanted him back, you couldn't imagine why he would. You believed it was over. At that moment, I started crying for him with all that was in me. Please, save me. But then I saw something beautiful and amazing. The good man was full of such sympathy and love But he started walking back into the darkness to save me. That was the night you realized what this love is about, what this love we experienced really is. Suddenly it made sense. Now we must show others this love because it's what truly matters in this life. This is our story, and I'm your soul. In this world we live, we are never alone.